I cannot believe it. Somehow it's gotten even worse. 2K has been on an L spree lately. Welcome back, Plug Nation. Whatever you gotta do, make sure that like button is blue, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Let's get right into the news. As you all know, man, 2K, I've been on a rampage lately because they are over and over doing horrible things. Well, let's start off with this one right here, just to give you guys a warm up. The level 20 go-kart reward in season 4 of 2K23 was copy and pasted from 2K22. Why? Look at the back of the go-kart. It says 2K22 on it. The back of the, like, it's really the small things that you can see 2K is literally not putting in nearly as much effort as they used to, and it's very annoying. Now, keep in mind, these videos doesn't mean that I hate the game. You guys know that I actually do enjoy playing Pro-Am, and it has its flaws, but you got to call out everything that 2K does bad. We cannot sit here and let it happen and be like, oh, I really like Season 4, Ronnie 2K, please give me my logo while I'm on my knees like a lot of these people. No, that's not what we're doing here, okay? Look, in this next one right here, you used to get 25,000 VC for playing dodgeball in 2K20. I don't know if you guys are new to 2K, but you would play this little event and it maybe took 5-10 minutes. If you won, you got 25,000 VC.
And now a word from our sponsors.
If you know basketball, you can make fast money on Prize Picks. Look at this. DeMar DeRozan, 25.5 point projection. If you think it's going to score 26 or more, you hit more. If you think it's going to score 25 or less, you hit less. Then you can go down, pick whatever you want. Points, assists, turnovers. You think people's going to have a good game or a bad game. But select Curry. I think he's going to have 28 or more. Boom. Just like that, you can make 3 times the money you put in. Yes, 3 times. And on top of that, when you put in your first deposit, so let's say it's 20 bucks, they're going to give you an extra $20 to play with. Literally, so 40 bucks to play with by putting in 20. Click the link in the description to sign up. And let's get back into the video. What happened to these days, 2K? How have things changed so drastically from what we used to have in the 2K community? Speaking of that, Jumpman Germ wanted to remind you guys that in 2K15 and 16, in case you guys didn't play, affiliations competed in Rival Day for a championship, and in that championship, you would be rewarded with a brand new park. Yeah, I'm not kidding. You might be thinking that's a joke if you didn't play 2K back in the day. For a new park, you would play against everybody else, and that was a reward, an event that happened throughout the year. Isn't that crazy? 25,000 VC for playing dodgeball. If you want to play 2K23 without spending VC, you're going to have to start from the Ice Age to now to make 25,000 VC while just playing the game without having to spend any money. There's no way from Zach. We're 4 seasons into this game, and my animation still reset every time I load up a build. Now, for me personally, this has changed a little bit. It still happens, but it happens less, but it's just bad, 2K. How is this still happening to people, including myself, but doesn't happen as much? I want to be honest with you guys, doesn't happen as much as it used to, but still happens. Why am I loading up my game and my animations are reset? Yeah, it takes 30 seconds to change it all, but it's the little things that I don't want to load up and do when I just got on 2K23. You know what I'm saying? Now, Joey DF, this tweet got 329 likes. He said, what the F is going on with this game? Now we're making red contested whites. I guess we are removing the skill gap with shooting to ... and he added me badge plug, because you guys know in the last video we were talking about 2K did a secret change to the shooting. So you might be wondering, well, let me see this video. Okay, let me see it, blah blah blah. Okay, let's play the clip of what Joey tagged me in on Twitter. This is gonna stun some of you guys. Not the greatest quality, but you guys see 3, 2, 1 bailout pass, 100% contested, and well, it goes in. White, no takeover, nothing. And you might be like, okay, that is the rarest thing I've ever seen. Well, another person sent me a clip, and well, let's check this one out. Another 100% going in after this recent patch. After season 4, 2K has definitely changed something with the shooting. We've talked about this. A lot of people are experiencing this. If you go in my last video, it is actually insane, because usually, you know, you get like a few comments where someone's like, oh, maybe, you know, shooting changed, but we talked about it heavy in the last video, and just look at all these comments. I told you guys I actually do read every single comment. That's why, especially on these news videos, I want you to tell me how you feel about what's going on in the 2K community after you watch this. Now, Jonathan says, I have a 6'1" with a 92 3-pointer using Steph Curry, blah blah blah, jump shot, and since the new season, it's completely messed up my shooting. Like, it feels completely different, and I can't seem to make my shots anymore. Well, we have another comment from King Flash that says, they definitely messed up the shooting. I was getting at least 80% of my shots to drop, and now my shot is slower and I get full bars and miss or air ball, or the shot just stops halfway through the shooting animation. So you might be like, okay, that's 2 comments. Well, here's another one. I was an 80% shooter in season 2, dropped to 40% in season 3. Now I'm back up to 80. My friend on the other hand was a 70% shooter last season and now shooting 20%, same build and badges. So a lot of people are seeing big changes in their shooting in 2K23 after season 4, but that's not really the main point of what we were talking about in the last video. It's the fact that 2K did change shooting, but in a huge, much different way, because as we know, you're supposed to basically make every single shot as a green in 2K23, and now people are hitting way more whites than usual. Yeah, you're not hitting a white after every shot, but people are seeing much more whites go in on 2K23. So not only did they probably change something with the shooting itself, but whites are now going in way more. A 100% smothered white should never go in, not rarely, never go in on 2K23. This is a simulation of real life basketball, and yes, 100% smothereds do go in real life, but there's things that 2K should have in the game that are kind of like real life and are not even close to what they're like in real life. You do not want people running down the court and being like Kevin Durant and hitting 60% covered shots every single time they come down the court, right? We would hate that. That's not how the game should be. A 100% should never go in. Now, this guy commented on the last video and had a very good point as well. He said that green or miss wasn't the issue. Inconsistent contest, jumpers being sped up for no reason, and 8,000 different release timings is. Now, that is 100% true. As we talked about before, 2K tried to combat Zins, which is completely fine with 2, 3, maybe different shot timings, but not 6,000 2K. I don't think there's a single person that can genuinely sit there with a straight face and be like, yes, it's a good thing that I have 53 different shot timings on 2K23. Like, no, it's not. Yeah, it does require some skill to be able to be like, oh, now I'm about to get a fast shot, I have to release my shot faster, but that's not something that should be a part of the skill gap. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be taking the same exact shot and it's different. You see what I'm saying? So why, the whole point of this is, why did 2K not tell us that they changed shooting when they very clearly did? It's so annoying that 2K does that stuff. Angboy said, my shooting changed crazy. I went from 65% to 50%. And look at these people replying under that and saying the same thing. They know there's a change to shooting, 2K. When you make a huge change like that, why are you not telling the 2K community? I mean, it's actually bad, bro. It is actually really bad that you guys honestly just don't care at this point. Splash Edition, who won the $250,000 My Team tournament in 2K22, so you can't say he's bad at the game, said this right here under Joey's tweet and said, welcome to 2K23. Been dealing with this stuff for about 6 days now, man. This is a guy who is very experienced, plays the game a lot, and is telling you there is a change to the shooting. So you can't just be like, oh, it's not, because I still shoot 55% in the rec. Guys, I want to let you know right now, a lot of rec basketball is not competitive 2K at all. If you go in by yourself or with less than 3 people, you are much more likely to play less than 3 people on the other team that are squatted up together. If you go in with 4 or more, that's when you play teams. If you go in with a 92 overall or under, you play this thing called bum rec. So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of it is not organized basketball. If you go in by yourself or with a friend, you're very unlikely to play an actual team. Yeah, you might play 2 or 3 people partied up, but what I'm saying is that's not a full 5 that's communicating and moving the floor. Try all these different jump shot speeds and try all the new shooting changes in real competitive pro-am basketball, and I promise you, you're not going to say the same thing about gameplay, okay? It definitely is annoying, especially when they change it. Not necessarily like, oh, it's so bad, I'm bad at the game now, but it's annoying that you have to get used to these things that 2K's not even telling us about. They're not even telling us that they're making changes, bro. That is annoying. Now, look, Yogi says, just so everyone is aware, 2K heavily nerfed shooting on non-shooting builds with below an 85 3-ball. Made whites go in far more, less open shots go in, and on top of that, not sure about everyone else, but my game has gotten crazy lag spikes nonstop, which is new. Sad. So over and over, you got people that are consistently playing 2K that's telling you there's a change made to the game. Now, by the way, I didn't want to, I'm not talking down on anyone that plays Rec because I play Rec myself. I'm just saying a lot of people give their opinions and I can tell they don't really play high level 2K, which is completely fine, but you got to know that there's a big difference. Like, for example, someone will comment when I play a Pro-Am game like this and like, oh, you only had 13 points and 4 assists in the third quarter. You're so bad. Like, bro, please go into competitive Pro-Am and do that. Yes, I can go into Rec and have 20 points, 20 assists and go crazy every single game. It's much different when you're playing people that know what a pick and roll is. Some people in Rec, as you guys know, just how people complain about playing in Rec with randoms, it's the same thing on the other team. There's no communication most of the time. Some people don't know what a pick and roll is. They don't know what a give and go is. They don't know how to box out. It's the same thing. But when you get into Pro-Am versus people that really play the game, it's a much different form of basketball. You don't get to go down the court and do what you want to do. You see what I'm saying? So once again, not talking down on anybody that plays it, but it's just crazy how so many people don't know that there's a huge difference between playing by yourself in Rec, which means you're not playing a team almost 99% of the time, and playing real organized 5v5 basketball versus people that know what they're doing and are communicating. Anyway, after Season 4 came out, Swante went to Twitter and said, why is nobody talking about how they slowed the whole game down, at least on current gen? You feel even slower, especially on defense. What is wrong with these 2K devs? So I've seen many people talk about this, although I don't play a lot of current gen, so I can't 100% tell you this was a change. A lot of people are saying that 2K slowed down the gameplay on current gen, which is just like, again, why did you do it? And if you did, you know, whether you're against it or for it, why did 2K not tell us that they did that? Why? Why? Now, into Rec, I'm going to give you guys a complaint about Rec. Rico said right here, loading into a Rec locker room with 1 or 2 AIs already in it is not fun. And then having to dashboard to hope a friend is in the lobby sucks. Please get rid of the AIs. Guys, I've played 5 games this season. And like I said, I'm not talking down on Rec players because I play it myself. All 5 of those games were Rec. I'm 5-0 so far. I loaded in the other day. I hadn't played in like 3 or 4 days because you guys know I have no reason to grind for level 40. No reason. I mean, I might hit it by the end of the season, but what I'm saying is I got on first lobby. I go in there. That's why I saved this picture, and there's an AI on my team in the lobby. Not like, you know, we got into the game, my teammate quick. In the lobby, bro. I dashboarded so fast. No, 2K, you're not catching me with that. No way. Why is it like that? You should always start the game with 5 teammates, 5 real teammates. Now, this last thing right here is crazy. It's gonna blow your guys' mind. Sony is finally leaving the PS4 behind in favor of the PS5. 23 new game trailers have been shown for PS5, 8 of them for PS4. So PS4 is pretty much gone. Next year we might not even see any PS4 games, but guess which game is going to be on PS4 next year? 2K23. We need to leave it behind by 2K25. I mean, I'm already knowing, you guys can go back right now, that 2K24 is going to be 2 consoles again, but 2K25 has to be just next gen. And I know that there's people that can't afford it and haven't got it yet, but that's like saying, why does 2K still not make 2K25 for PS3? You know what I'm saying? Eventually we have to move on. Like, we have to move on, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully we can get our community back at some point soon, but I just don't have faith in that for being 2K24. Guys, click on one of these 2 videos, drop a like if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button if you're new to your badge plug, you've been plugged in, click one of these 2 videos. For real, I don't know why you're still listening to me. Click, and I'm out. Peace.